there, folks. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you could make it because in today's episode, really excited about today's episode, we're going to be turning chicken waste into chicken gold. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Here recently, we bought a bunch of chicken necks from a local farm to make dog treats. And generally, when we get chicken necks, also known as pescuezo, the necks come already clean. We just give them a quick dunk and then stick them into our smoker so that they can dehydrate. Well, you can get chicken necks two ways. You can get it sin piel, which is how we normally get it. That means without skin. Or you can get it con piel. Well, in this particular case, they sent me con piel. And so all these chicken necks were loaded down with skin, top of the neck, bottom of the necks, have bones and meats and all kinds of stuff in it. Very unprocessed, very raw version of the chicken neck. And this is what I was left with. This giant bowl of bits of meat, bits of bone, bits of skin. And it's quite a bit. I don't want to toss it. I want to be able to utilize that. We try to use as much stuff as we can, minimal waste kitchen kind of stuff. And so I'm going to show you how we turn this giant bowl of waste into something that is going to be absolutely magnificent. Let's do it.
This is what we got to work with. And one might say, why don't you just put that in chicken sausage? Well, there's a lot of bone fragments throughout the whole thing, and I don't feel like picking through it. So this is what we're going to do instead. We're going to grind all of that up through a 4.5 millimeter plate. If you're going to be doing this at home, you can grind this through whatever plate you want. The smaller the better though. 3 millimeter, or in this case 4.5 millimeter, it doesn't really matter all that very much. The idea here is to just chop everything up as finely as possible. So we're probably going to run it through this particular plate, because it's the smallest one I have, twice. Let's get it on the grinder. And just so you know, we're not paying attention to temperature or anything like that. Matter of fact, I'd prefer to smear the fat during this process because that's going to give us a better end result. So anyway, our number 32 grinder is set up. Let's get to grinding. First grind is done. We can stop here if you want, but since you have your grinder out, it's already messy, throw it in a second time. Like I said, it's going to give you a better end result. You can even do it a third time if you want, but that's completely optional. So let's do a double grind. All right, we're done with that step. Now let's clean the grinder out with a handful of onions. We're going to grind those through the exact same plate, 4.5 millimeter, and that's going to give our chicken fat, our schmaltz, a wonderful flavor. All we're going to do with this right here is just combine it with our ground chicken skin and meat and bones and all that stuff, and that's what this is right here. So we've got this on a medium heat. We're going to stir this frequently so it doesn't burn, and what we're looking for is for this entire mixture to start to brown. Now you could cook this until the skin turns crispy, but remember, there's a lot of bone fragments in this mixture, so this isn't going to be like your traditional schmaltz recipe. This is just going to be us utilizing chicken waste. So here we go, continuing to cook. There we go. That's the color I'm looking for. Notice that it's starting to brown. A lot of that water has cooked out. We're going to strain this through a cheesecloth, and after about 10 minutes or so, this is what our strained liquid looks like. It smells incredible. Look at that rendered chicken fat right there. That darker stuff at the bottom, that's actually water. I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute. I'm going to strain this through a coffee filter as I pour it into a mason jar. And whatever water is in that original bowl, I don't want to add that to the mason jar, and I'll show you how we separate that here in a second. So I'm just very carefully only putting in that rendered fat. So any water that was accumulated stays behind, and this jar is officially finished. This can go in the refrigerator to cool. And with the rest of that chicken bit, what I'm going to do is give it a rinse. So I'm going to put in, maybe a quart or 2 quarts of water and just give this a quick little cook. That's going to rinse it out. It's going to help us extract any more of that rendered fat. And I think it's going to actually give us a really nice chicken stock as well. So we'll see what that looks like. This is what was left over from the original batch that I didn't pour into the mason jar. Notice how I kept that water behind. So this is basically rendered fat and any moisture accumulated from the onions, chicken, whatever that is. This is going to go right back into the pot with the water and the chicken bits, and I'm going to cook this on a medium high, not very long. I'm probably guessing maybe about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we're going to strain it. Now looking back, I probably could have done this exact same process a couple more times, but we only did it once, and you'll see the end results here in just a second. After that's strained for a little bit, this is what that liquid looks like. And right now it's piping hot. I'm just going to pour that into a couple measuring cups and let it cool the fat will separate from the water, and then I could just scrape it off the top. It looks like the yield on this quick wash that we did, at least in this measuring cup, was another cup of chicken fat and about 2.5 cups of chicken stock. And by the looks of it, it looks like a very collagen-rich chicken stock. So I can't wait to get into that. Very easy to separate the fat from the stock, and it looks like we rendered not quite another pint of chicken fat. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. This is what the stock looks like, and check that out. Wow. That is a chicken gelatin. It's going to be incredibly rich in flavor. Now, what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to do it off camera, is I'm going to melt that stock and strain it one more time in one container, scrape the top so that I can end up with a very clean product without any fat in it. So I'm just going to have one container with chicken fat and another container with chicken stock.
All right, guys, we've got our schmaltz, our chicken fat, using only the skin of the chicken necks. Absolutely gorgeous. Incredibly clean looking product. Beautiful. And that last little rinse that we gave, all those chicken pieces, gave us some chicken stock. We're going to taste both of these right here. And I'm going to tell you right now, this should be pretty good. Oh, wow. Almost like you could just rub it on hot toast and it would be delicious. Here we go. Nice little bit. Beautiful chicken flavor, slight bit of onionness. Obviously, it's not seasoned. You know, if you want to do this at home, you could season the mix, and that's going to give this a slightly saltier, flavor. But as it stands right now, that's amazing, and I cannot wait to cook with it. Schmaltz into the fridge, should last a while. Let's go ahead and try this is our stock. As excited as I am about this right here, I think I'm even more excited about this because this is so loaded down with collagen. It's going to just automatically boost whatever you're going to be adding it to. So this is going to be great for soups and stews and, anything that would require chicken stock. But because it has so much collagen, check this out. Let's cut into it
and give it a little taste. Loving the way this came out. Ooh, and I'm getting so many ideas as to how to use it in certain recipes. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That smells amazing. Let's just give it a taste. Wow, that's good. That's an immediate level up to whatever you're going to be adding it to. A lot of chicken flavor, very rich, onion element coming in, kind of give you that lip smacking sort of element that you get with collagen-rich food. Matter of fact, let me know in the comment section below what you would like to see me do with this very collagen-heavy chicken stock, maybe like a rotisserie chicken head cheese or something like that. I'd love to hear your ideas in the comment section below, guys. Thanks for watching. We've got our schmaltz, we've got our chicken stock. We can work with these ingredients. They're going to be absolutely amazing. If you have any questions, you know where they go. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Some of you are just joining us for the very first time. I'd like to say welcome. If you are and you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of all of our other future uploads. Thanks a lot for being here. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I just got to have one more little bite of this chicken gelatin. Here we go. That's so good.